Hey everybody, it's Patty here. I wanted to share with you one of my favorite go-to lunches. Super easy, super powerful, and super healthy. I'm going to start with a taco seasoning that I got from Monkey and Me. The recipe is 1 cup cashews, a 1/4 cup plus 2 tablespoons unsweetened plant milk, a 1/2 cup plus 1 tablespoon water, a 1/4 cup plus 2 tablespoons distilled white vinegar, 1½ teaspoon maple syrup, 2 tablespoons lime juice, 1 tablespoon garlic powder, 1 tablespoon onion powder, 2 1/4 teaspoon chili powder, 2 1/4 teaspoon smoked paprika, 3/4 teaspoon cumin, and 1½ teaspoon salt. Now you can omit the salt if you so desire. I will not, because as it's dispersed, it's about 15 servings in this recipe, and as that recipe is dispersed out, you're not really going to get a whole lot of salt intake with this recipe. And so I'm going to start with adding my cashews. So this is a whole cup of cashew pieces, raw, unsalted, unroasted, no added oils. I'm just going to dump them in my blender. I'm going to add all the dry spices, and then I'm going to add all of my wet ingredients. I already pre-measured all this stuff out, but I just wanted to go through the recipe with you guys. Now, cashews are a great source of fiber and protein and magnesium and iron and zinc and copper, and they promote energy and overall brain health as well as immunity production also. So I'm going to go ahead and get this going. I'm going to pause this so you don't have to listen to the sound, and I'll be right back. Okay, so now that our taco sauce is done, I'm going to go ahead and pour it into this mason jar. One thing to note is that while this is a nice smooth consistency right now, the cashews will thicken up as it sits in your refrigerator. So when you use it in the future, you might want to just put a little bit of it in a bowl and water it down, dilute it with some water so it's a nice thin sauce and not overly thick. So now I'm cooking my bulgur. And what I do when I cook bulgur is I mix 1 cup of the dried bulgur wheat with 1½ cups of liquid. That is what we have found to give us the best texture and more of a taco meat substance that we enjoy. I also added in a couple of tablespoons of my homemade taco seasoning. Now I'm going to cook this over low to medium heat until all of the water has evaporated. I'm going to let it simmer. Once it comes to a simmer, I'm going to go ahead and cover it, and I'll probably cook it for about 10 to 15 minutes until all of that water is evaporated. So here's the bulgur consistency once it's done. It's very similar to a crumble. It's very high in fiber, and it's also an excellent source of protein. So I'll be using this as taco meat for my taco bowls that I'll be prepping for lunch. Okay, so now that my bulgur is done, I'm going to go ahead and make my lunches for the week. I only have 3 of them. I've got 2 already pre-made. 1 I've already added spinach to. I use about 1½ to 2 cups of spinach. And I've added a 1/2 cup of the pre-made brown rice that I batch cooked earlier in the week. Now I'm going to add a 1/2 cup of my bulgur, my freshly made bulgur. I'm going to put that in there. And so what this is just a taco salad, I suppose you could call it. I'm going to go ahead and add in a 1/4 cup of frozen corn. I use frozen corn because I am busy, like most of you are, and shortcuts are important. And frozen products, frozen vegetables, when you can find them, they don't have all the preservatives and additives that canned goods do. So I'm going to go ahead and add a 1/4 cup of the frozen corn. I don't thaw it or anything. It'll be perfect when I'm ready to eat it. Actually, I'm going to add a 1/2 cup. I'm going to do another scoop of that. And next, I'm going to go on to some freshly made pico de gallo. Again, shortcuts. I like shortcuts when I can. This lifestyle, you know, we do a lot of food prep. We do a lot of work, and sometimes it's nice to be able to find something that we don't have to spend so much time doing, but it's still healthy and full of good nutrients for us, and it doesn't have any of the added stuff that processed food does. And so now I'm going to go ahead and drizzle on 2 tablespoons of my taco sauce for each bowl, and then that's it. Then I've got lunch for the rest of the week. It's a short week, that's why I only have 3 of them because of the holidays, but I will show you what it looks like. And there you go. And so it's a healthy, nutritious lunch for me that I can take to work. I can heat it up or I can eat it cold. I will probably just eat it cold. It's full of fiber, it's full of nutrition, it's full of protein, it's full of carbohydrates that our bodies need to move and make energy. It's full of vitamins and iron because of the spinach. And this is really a healthful bowl that you can't go wrong with.